Need to trust the process here and understand if you're playing at this level, especially in this kind of event in the heart of Texas, you've got a pretty special player on your hands in the first place.
I want y'all to really pay attention to number 2. Be good at something.
Obviously, we've been in the NCAA tournament 11 years in a row. Only 7 teams in the country can say that. And my name is Bill Ferrara, Associate Head Coach, Florida State.
And it's a different perspective. It's just different podcasts. What do you enjoy the most about coaching women's basketball?
Oh, man, it's amazing to watch these young women grow as people and players, especially this time right now. It's a real movement and a moment for women's sports in general. And so, yeah, I'm blessed to coach women's basketball.
We're at Heart of Texas. What are you looking for in players to play at Florida State?
Best ones in the country. If you watch Florida State play, obviously we've been in the NCAA tournament 11 years in a row. Only 7 teams in the country can say that, and you can probably guess which ones those are. So the best players in the country need to be Knowles, and generally they're pretty athletic and bigger players, so that's what I'm looking for, some size and athleticism out here.
Let's talk to the kids in general. What are at least 3 things kids can do to stand out to get recruited?
Oh my goodness, stand out, okay? Show that you play hard every single possession, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, what is your skill set? Okay, you have to be elite at something. You can't be a jack of all trades, master of none. You have to show that you can do something really, really well. And then 3rd, I look for energy in players. Like we're one of the fastest teams in the country. Okay? Average 80 points a game. So we're looking for people that can play at our pace, and the way you do that is that you show that you have energy, and you can physically and tangibly show that with how you're talking to your teammates.
That's good. I want y'all to really pay attention to number 2. Be good at something. Please, be good at something. Last thing, I want to talk to the parents. Sometimes I feel like they try to support, they don't do a good job. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they just don't know how. What should support look like from parent to kid?
Yeah, well, I'm a girl dad myself. I have an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old, and my 7-year-old just started playing basketball. And it's hard for me to sit there and say nothing, especially if you see me on the sideline. So I honestly, just be quiet and be supportive. That's the number 1 thing that I'm learning as a parent and somebody that is coaching or being a father of an athlete now. I just ask them, like, hey, did you have fun? Did you enjoy being out there? And I think that just parents need to trust the process here and understand if you're playing at this level, especially in this kind of event in the heart of Texas, you've got a pretty special player on your hands in the first place, so just enjoy the ride.
It's your turn to tell the people, a lot of parents, a lot of players to follow this page. They need to know about Florida State. Anything you want them to know, it's your turn.
Yeah, Florida State is an elite place, and you don't go to the NCAA tournament 19 of the last 20 years and 11 straight NCAA tournaments without having an elite culture. Brooke Wyckoff is our head coach, and she's coached at Florida State her whole career, but played in the WNBA for 9 years. So you've kind of got something special going right now. We got Tanaya Latson, also National Freshman of the Year a couple of years ago. Will be a future WNBA first-round draft pick. So great players want to play with great players, and also they want to play for elite cultures and great chemistry, and that's what you get at Florida State.
I love it. Make sure y'all follow them. Make sure you follow the podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Apple, Spotify. If you ain't following the page, I don't know what you're doing at this point. Follow the page. It's just different pod.